history buffs. Today I bring you the story of Colonel Percy Fawcett, the perfect blend of Indiana Jones and a cold case file. He wasn't just an adventurer, he was a decorated military officer and an extremely experienced topographer who ended up becoming the protagonist of the greatest archaeological mystery of the 20th century. If this interests you, leave a like. That lets me know you love this subject. Well, let's get to it. What makes this story so fascinating is the search for portals and anomalies. The man and the obsession. Fawcett knew there was an advanced civilization hidden in the jungles of Brazil, which he called City Z. He based his theory on manuscript 512, a document from the National Library describing an abandoned Greco-Roman style city found by Bandeirantes in 1753. Unlike other explorers, Fawcett had a strong mystical side. He was a friend of writer Arthur Conan Doyle, creator of Sherlock Holmes, and believed that Z wasn't just a city of stone, but a place with superior spiritual and technological connections. The disappearance, April 20th, 1925, he set out from Cuiabá toward Mato Grosso with his son Jack and friend Raleigh Rommel. The last signal. On May 29th, he sent a letter to his wife saying, "You need have no fear of any failure." He was at a place he called Dead Horse Camp, the Vanishing. After that, the three disappeared completely. No one ever found their bodies, their equipment, or any confirmed remains. Why this Serra do Roncador? Although Fawcett was technically in a transition region, the legend of his disappearance was sucked in by the Serra do Roncador. This is where the story crosses the line of reality and enters the territory of anomalies. 1. The dimensional gateway theory. Many esoteric groups believe Fawcett didn't die of hunger or in combat with indigenous peoples. The theory is that he found what he was looking for, a portal to an intraterrestrial civilization, often called Ibes or Agartha. According to this belief, he was authorized to enter and never returned. 2. Sightings of Fawcett Jr. Years later, bizarre reports surfaced from indigenous people who claimed to have seen a fair-eyed white man living in isolated communities, or from travelers claiming to have seen a man with Jack Fawcett's features who didn't seem to have aged enough. 3. Rescue expeditions. In the following decades, dozens of expeditions tried to find Fawcett. It is estimated that around 100 people died in these searches, victims of disease, animal attacks, or conflicts, which only increased the reputation of the region as being protected by invisible forces. What does modern science say? Recently, the use of LiDAR, laser sensors that see through trees, revealed that the Amazon and Mato Grosso actually housed large cities connected by complex roads, such as those of Cuhicugu. Fawcett was right that there were cities there. He might have just been wrong about the who and when, or if you prefer the mystical theory, he simply discovered how to step through the door. Did you know there is a famous movie and book about this called The Lost City of Z? If not, I'll tell you about them and discuss the differences. Since you've made it this far, I humbly ask that if this subject interests you, please consider subscribing to this channel so you can learn more untold curiosities about Brazil. If you haven't left a like yet, now is a great time to do it. Let's keep going. The movie versus reality. The movie The Lost City of Z, 2017, starring Charlie Hunnam, is visually beautiful and captures the atmosphere of the era well. However, like almost every Hollywood production, it cleans up the story to make it more heroic. The reality of Percy Fawcett was much stranger, darker, and full of elements bordering on the supernatural. Here are the main differences. 1. The mystical side and theosophy, omitted in the film. In the movie, Fawcett is portrayed almost like a modern, pragmatic archaeologist. In real life, he was deeply connected to occultism. He was a member of the Theosophical Society and believed his son Jack was a sort of chosen one, or the reincarnation of an advanced spirit. Fawcett believes City Z was protected by an energy barrier, or spiritual fog. He wasn't just looking for gold or ruins. He was seeking the esoteric knowledge of a civilization he believed was Atlantean in origin. 2. The suicidal preparation. The film shows Fawcett as a careful leader. In reality, the last expedition was considered a suicide mission by many. Reduced team. He refused to take experienced explorers, taking only his son and his son's friend. He thought a small group would go unnoticed by hostile tribes. The equipment. He was known for marching at a brutal pace, nearly 30 kilometers a day in dense jungle, and forced his companions to eat as little as possible to strengthen the spirit. 3. Coldness toward family. The film focuses heavily on family drama and how much he missed them. In the true story, Fawcett was an extremely austere man. He made it clear that if he disappeared, no one should come to rescue him, as the danger would be too great. He almost desired to be swallowed by the jungle. 4. The fate of the rescue expeditions. The movie ends with Fawcett's wife maintaining hope. The reality was much more tragic. The obsession with Fawcett caused a search fever. Explorer Albert de Winton, for example, vanished while trying to find him. In 1951, indigenous Orlando Villas-Boas claimed to have recovered Fawcett's bones, but DNA tests years later proved the remains belonged to a local indigenous person. The mystery remained intact. The most sci-fi detail of real life, something the movie doesn't explore, is Fawcett's report on the lights of Ibez. He wrote in his diaries that indigenous people spoke of lights that shined continuously inside caves and lost cities without using fire or electricity, something ancient astronaut theorists today associate with LED technology or nuclear energy, millennia before they existed. Why was he never found? There are 3 main paths. 1. The tragic. They were killed by the Kalapalo Indians, who admit to seeing the group but claim they ignored warnings about hostile tribes ahead. 2. The biological. They died of malaria or infection, which was common at the time. 3. The anomalous. They actually found a, quote, rift or gateway in the Serra do Roncador and decided the modern world wasn't ready for what they saw. A curiosity I almost let slip. Remember that technology that recently found signals? I'll talk more about it. Wait, if you have a friend who likes stories like this, invite them to watch this too. Share it. The victory of technology, what satellites and LiDAR technology, which uses lasers to scan the ground through dense vegetation, have revealed in recent years is, honestly, jaw-dropping. Fawcett was ridiculed by academics of the time, but modern technology has given him a posthumous victory. Here is what was discovered in the Upper Xingu region, near where he disappeared. Garden cities, Kuikugu. Archaeologist Michael Heckenberger discovered that the region was not a virgin jungle, but a dense network of cities and villages. They found remains of defensive walls, massive moats, and wide roads. It's estimated that up to 50,000 people lived there. Giant geoglyphs. Further west, deforestation has revealed massive geometric designs on the ground, perfect squares, circles, and hexagons that can only be seen from above. Terra Preta. Satellites helped map huge stretches of Terra Preta de Indio, an artificially fertile soil created by humans millennia ago, proving large-scale agricultural management existed. The coincidence with the portals, where science meets the mystery you asked about at the beginning. Many of these satellite-discovered structures are aligned with specific magnetic points of the Earth's crust. In the Serra do Roncador, satellite readings show unusual rock densities in caves that extend for miles downward, which have not yet been fully mapped due to accessibility issues and toxic gases. A curious fact, some of these newly discovered areas match almost exactly with the coordinates Fawcett noted in his diaries before What is left to discover? LiDAR technology is still in its infancy in the Amazon. We have only mapped a tiny fraction. It is very likely that beneath the forests of Mato Grosso, there are stone structures we haven't seen yet. One final question for you. If tomorrow a satellite confirmed the existence of a pyramid or a solid metal door in the middle of the Serra do Roncador, do you think the government would reveal it to the public or keep it a secret to study time tunnel technology? Thanks for watching.